In this video, I'm going to talk about subprocess.run in order to run multiple codes one after another in one script. As you can see, I'm running code 01, and after that, I'm running code 02. And also, we are going to talk about some details and special cases. For example, what if we have to pass some parameters for a function? Or what if we need to only capture the output but not print it? Or these kinds of things. So as you can see, this is my main code, and there you go. This is here. I want to create two other codes. So I want to create two other Python codes. So code 01, and the other one is code 02. So I have two codes, and I want to type some stuff in this code 01. And also let's type some stuff in code 02. And then I go to my main code, and I want to run these two codes one after another. And for doing so, I need to import a package in Python named subprocess. And I want to use that subprocess package, and it has a function named run. So I want to call that function. I want to use that function. And I should pass a list to this function. And I want to say, okay, I want to run this using Python. And the thing that I want to run is Code01.py. Let's copy this and also paste it. So I want to run code 02 as well. So now, if I run the code, you can see here is the result. This is the result of code 01, and this is the result of code 02. But now suppose that I don't want to print these stuff. I don't want to, automatically have these things in the output. So how can I do so? I want to get the output. I want to capture the output, but I don't want to see those things in this section. I don't want to print them. I don't want to. Yes, I know that the code itself is printing, but suppose that I want to store all of this. I mean, the result of this code, which is this one, and I want to capture this output and, for example, store it in a text variable. I don't want this code to print it in the output. I just want to capture the whole output, for example, in a text variable. How can I do so? So for doing so, I need to pass some other arguments. So I need to say, okay, I want to capture the output. So capture output is true. It means that okay, yes, I want to capture the output, and I should pass text equals true. It means that yes, I want to have it as a text. So I want to capture the output as text, and let's, for example, store this in a variable named code01, and let's do the same thing for the second code. So this is our second code, and this is code 02. So now if I run the code, as you can see, we don't get anything in the output. It is not going to print anything. But if I print the code 01, and if I run the code, you can see it has different things. One of them is arguments, and one of them is std_out. It means standard output. And if you look at it, you can see it is exactly that thing that it was printing. So this is the standard output of code 01. And if you want to print the standard output of this code, it's very easy. You can simply type code01.std_out. It means standard output. And now if I run a code, you can see, yes, we get the output of code 01. But if you don't want this, okay, you can delete this line, but you are storing and you are capturing the output in this variable. But now let's suppose that instead of this simple code, I want to have something like this. I mean, a function. And as you know, for this function, you need to pass some arguments to this function. If you want to run this, you need to pass some arguments. So how can we do so in this subprocess.run? So for doing so, you need to pass those arguments here. For example, the first one, A is 1. Let's suppose that it's 1. B is 2, and C is 3. So we pass those 3 arguments here. And then we need to do something in this code 01 as well. So here I simply type if __name is equal to a string, and then underscore underscore main underscore underscore main. Let's spell it correctly. And now let's put a pass here. And I want to do something. I want to say, okay, if the number of arguments that we are getting is enough, so in that case, yes, we can run the code. Otherwise, we can't. So let's do that. First of all, I need to import a package in Python named sys. It stands for system because you want to work with some system stuff. So here, I simply type, okay, if the sys.arg vector, what do I mean by arg vector? As you can see, here we are getting some stuff. So it's a kind of vector. So I'm saying that if the len of that vector, if the len of that argument vector is equal to 4, it means that we have enough things, we have enough arguments to work with. And in that case, yes, we can run the code. And maybe you say, oh, why 4? Because we need to type 3 here. Yes, you're right. But because, in this arg vector, the 0th element, so let's type that, the 0th element is actually the script name, and those other 3 things, 1 all the way up to 3, is those parameters that we are passing. So the 0th index is the script name, and the other one is the parameters. So that's why I typed 4 instead of 3, because the 0th element is the script name. So if the len of that vector is 4, it means that we have enough arguments so that we can run this code. So in that case, we are going to say, okay, let's run this function, this f function, and we are going to pass all of those things. So we are going to pass the element at index 1 as a, the element at index 2 for b, and the element at index 3 for c. And there we go. But otherwise, if the number of arguments was not enough, in that case, I want to type something. For example, I want to, give a kind of message to the user. I want to say, okay, I cannot run the code, or whatever you want to type. I cannot run the code. So there you go. And now if I go to this main code, and if I run the code, as you can see, I cannot see anything. Why? Because we are capturing the output and we are putting it in a text variable. But if you want to see the output, it's very easy. We can simply type code01.stdout. It means the standard output. And if I run the code, you can see we get this result, which is actually this function. As you can see, we have passed we have passed 1, 2, 3 for A, B, C. So it is printing A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3. And if we pass other things, for example, 5, 8, and 12, and if I run the code, you can see we get another output. But remember that you cannot pass numbers here. You only need to pass strings. So here, instead of these strings, if I pass numbers and if I run the code, you can see it raises an error. It says type error expected str. It means it expects strings, not numbers. So remember that you should not pass numbers. You should pass strings here. And here are 2 videos which I suggest you to watch as well. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.